got some progress done. Bring you about, see what's happening inside on the sow house. Kind of cool name. So we got the doors up, sliders, kind of nice. Right outside. Lots of light. It's way better, it's easier to adjust now. So we got sliding doors up. Just filled in bottom with some spray foam to close the gap. I got to put some trim on all the way around the bottom yet. You can see the spray foam down there. I got to trim that off, and then I'm going to put a chunk of plywood from here, score it, cut it, and it'll just be basically a plywood decoration. Help protect the foam from pig feces and urine and stuff like that. Some abuse. Maybe even some water if you have to wash down in here. This is not perfect, but it will do. It will keep the piglets alive. So we also bought some lights. We brought in some temporary power. We got nice LED lights. Lights up the room. Just one of them. Lights up the room fairly decent. Trying to get that shadow. We're going to get a second one over here. As you can see, it's not as dark. I'm sorry, not as light. Still is dark. Got a temporary outlet box there. See our temporary wire coming in here. So that's going to be on a light switch just outside, so we can turn the lights on and off before you enter. And somebody might even be asking what the heck some of this membrane is for. So that stuff is ice dam that you put on a roof. So the thought process is this: I can spend a bunch of money and put tin and flash this thing and make it so I could waterproof it and the whole 9 yards, and I'd be like $5,000 into this build for some pigs. Or I can get some rubber ice dam for a roof, put it on the back side, flip it over and staple it to the front side so it's got some protection on the plywood and wood, so it doesn't just get destroyed or have urine kind of soaked into it. Don't want that to happen. So that's just a cheap, easy thought process. That's what we got down in the bottom. All the way around it comes up. I got two chunks here. They're going to go on the door and on the other door. If we don't put them on the door, it's fine. It's just a thought. You know, figure a 9 by 19 foot room in here. Just about 200 square feet. Got this little bitty heater, small electric heater here. I put that thing out here just the other day. It was 2 degrees outside. Brought the room up to about 33 degrees, even with all the drafts on the floor being open. So I'm hoping that closing up the drafts, making it a little airtight. Got to have some ventilation for the pigs, otherwise the moisture builds up. So we got to work that route yet. That's the next portion of this. But if we can get the cold drafts on the bottom tight, I think this thing, I got a second one just in case, but I think this thing would heat it with a bunch of heat lamps over the piglets and then the mama sow as well. Alright, so we're going to continue on. We'll check back. So, doing the final touches on this sow house right now. And it was a weird sighting today. I know nobody will believe me, so I have to capture it on camera. Look who actually came outside into the sow house to join me. Yes? That's Sid from Mike's Farm. How about saying hi there, Sid?
Hi.
Yeah, Sid's been missing in action for the last 24 hours of work on the sow house. So 24 hours of work we've put into this thing, and not bad. Looks pretty good. So she's going to claim all the credit by just cleaning this mess up.
I was working there.
It's okay. I like when the kids work. It's good. How about working here now? Hey, be nice to the dog. Right, Winnie? That's right. You supervise. Good job, Winnie. Supervise. All right, so back to the real stuff. So we got it cleaned up on this side over here. I'm going to do the trim with plywood across the bottom, but I'm probably going to do that probably later on. The big focus is trying to get the actual farrowing crate right in this area here so that we can get it leveled and established, and then we got to get water supply to the sow today. And then we're going to walk the sow in and get her set up. So that's the big deal. Actually, that little heater, temperatures dropped quite a bit, but that heater had actually kept 65 is what it said earlier. It's dropping now. Not bad. 200 square foot space, one little $15 heater. Believe me, it's not going to cut it once the piglets are here. We'll have heat lamps and additional heat if need be, but it just means that the insulation and the walls are working. So again, temporary wiring. See that? Temporary wiring. We got the lights bright. And then I mounted a small little security camera in here so we could actually monitor what the pigs are doing in here. Like the camera turns there. Alright, so we're going to do some cleanup. Well, here's the end result. We put together the farrow crate. See this little guy? It was simple. It probably took 5-10 minutes, Sid? Yeah. Not. It was more like 3 hours we worked on this thing. Crate is put together. Mama sow is in there. She's got water hookup if you look right there. Got water. She's got her head buried in a food trough, which is real nice. So she'll be able to stay in here, drink, eat. We got a makeshift 5 gallons of water, just makeshift, temporary. That's how we roll, temporary. But we got all of our heat lamps in here for the piglets if they're born overnight or whatnot. Looks like an octopus up here at these outlet, but we have 4 plugs that we needed. We have 4 outlets and we needed 6. So it's rated. We're only drawing 12 amps at the most with those lights, and it's rated for 15. So it's not overloaded. Even though it might look like it, everybody's going, "Woo, it's overloaded." No, it's not. So kind of interesting. Lots of room in here. You figure there's a good 2.5 feet between her hind end and the back gate. You got a plate back here. This keeps you from backing out and pressing against that door. It's pretty robust. It's actually got pins down here that it sits in. Of course, you got the angle to help push her back, and then you got a 1/2-inch rod up on top here also. But yeah, she just walked right in. I wish I would have had camera rolling. If I would have had the camera rolling, you would have seen her just go walk right in. She was let in by food. She's hungry. So the whole idea of this farrowing crate, for those that don't know, is that Mama sow lays down in the middle. She is tight enough that she shouldn't be able to turn around. Okay? So she's in there. She's facing one direction. She shouldn't be able to turn around. And then as she lays down and gives birth, the piglets just come falling right out the back end. She'll be laying, bloop, and then they'll roll over to the sides, hopefully, as they need be. So Mom can't roll past these guards. So the piglets have a lot of room down here to hang out, stay warm by the lights. And of course, they'll feed off of Mom as she's laying there. So they can go to either side. Same thing. But yeah, so we have to worry about feeding Mom, watering Mom, and then eventually, as they get to be 3 weeks old, they're going to be weaned off of Mom. So at 3 weeks old, there's an actual water hookup in here for them. They'll start down there. They'll start feeding water, and also Mom whenever. And then we're gonna pop them out of this, and that's when they're gonna end up going in this additional area here. So even if we had 9, 10 piglets, this, we'll call it 8 by 9 area, quite a bit of room. So we'll put a small barrier right across here, and that way they can just be in here on sawdust shavings and just chilling as piglets, staying warm. We'll be able to move all the heat lamps over to the other fixture here. So we'll be able to drape heat lamps here. They'll be happy. We ended up mounting the crate to some railroad ties, some landscape timbers, I should call them. We use some lag bolts, and that way when she starts pushing against the frame, she's not going to push it off of that screen. So that screen is real nice when it comes to this because you don't have to move the pig out. What happens is that all her urine and feces will pass through the screen underneath onto a bunch of straw or shavings, and then from there you just pull the shavings out from underneath, put some fresh shavings in. I mean, it'd be perfect if we would have had the legs. A lot of times these things come with some legs, so you put in the corners and then you can just rinse out the underneath. We didn't get the legs with this one. It's just flat screen, so we put it up on some timbers just to get some room underneath there. So as soon as we see what's going on with her, first sign, we're going to try and get some footage and make sure you guys get to see that too, because it's going to be very exciting. Other than that, I think we're at a point where we could actually chill now for the rest of the night, huh? Yeah, that doesn't happen. Not too often. It's usually chaotic, just a chaotic day. Oh, don't forget to hit the subscribe and the thumbs up if you want to. I know sometimes this stuff is boring, but whatever. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.